Yes, it's the Nempathy Show right here on nempathyshow.com. I go by the name of Sonic Boom. Got Brian B. Knowing in the building. What's good with you, homie?
What's up, man? How we feeling today?
Oh man, we up in here. Nempathy Show.
Hey
What's good?
man, chilling.
Hurry up, man. It's like you in the lab, but you're not you're not in the lab at the same time.
Man, I got the lab need to be redone, man.
Your paint job is ill, son.
I don't know what, cause it was fine before we took the break. Now I just can't seem to get it right, man.
Probably gotta zoom in.
I don't know how to zoom in, man. We got
Yeah, it's the Nempathy Show. I go by the name of Sonic Boom TV. Got Brian B. Knowing in the building. The rest of the fellas will be in here, late as they always are. Yo, Sunday, man. It was a big weekend. Some things happened this weekend. Shout out to all my 420 celebrators.
yeah,
Everybody that celebrated 420 this year. Um, Shout out to you. This year I have to concur with what I saw on social media. A lot of people were saying I haven't heard anything about 420 this
hmm
year. They said the powder must be taking over.
yeah. Shout out to the perk poppers. You know the perk 30s going crazy in the city.
I think what it is, um, it's not illegal anymore in so
Mm.
many places.
So it's not as taboo. It's not a thing no more, right?
Yeah, it's like 420 was yesterday, and every day after that.
Right. But I would think. I mean, but you like I drink, but like it's still I'm not going. Even if I'm drinking on a special, like it's a special occasion, so I'm drinking something that I don't usually drink. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like I got a bottle of Japanese whiskey that I only drink on like special occasions. I drink whiskey all the time, but the Japanese joint is in the cut. So like I ain't got no Japanese weed or nothing like that. To spark up.
yeah, I mean that's what you want to do. You want to get some exotic, something that you haven't
Yeah.
had, something that you had in the stash all year, waiting for
Right.
this day. That's what you want to do. But for 20 parties, for the most part, they whack to me.
Man.
Everybody's done. Everybody's just
Yeah.
fried.
Remember
Everybody's quiet.
dog, I never forget the drink we threw. I don't even know who house that was at, bro.
Jody,
We
Mr.
was
Boom.
what's good, homie?
Man, tired. Had a long weekend.
Yo, Brian be knowing telling us a story about a 420 party he was at.
yo, so dang, this was like what year is this? 2023. So this probably like 12, 13 years ago at this point.
Ah,
Nah, before that, because the key was the key. Nah, Keisha wasn't here. Keisha left. So this is probably like 2011, 2012, 2011. No, because she left 2012. Niggas threw the. I knew it was gonna be serious because I walked down the basement and they was like, "You trying to hit this?" And I was like, "Not one, I was smoking. Two, what is that?" They was like, "We smoking hash." I said, Niggas smoking hash out the gate. Like we didn't even warm up. What do we? Yeah, all right, this is about to be a long night. We had a live band in the basement. Like the
yeah,
joint was
man.
cool. It was very fun in the beginning, but by the time we hit half midway, like Boone said, people was smacked.
Fried,
I didn't even
fried and
smoke.
died.
I didn't even smoke, Jody. I had to go outside and sit on the porch and catch my breath. Man. I couldn't. I had to let somebody else. Shout out Sierra TG. I had to let Sierra
Thugger,
interview the
thugger.
other dude because I was cooked and I couldn't even talk. Man.
That's how 420 parties are, man. Everybody, it's like everybody's just in a slumber. You
Yeah.
really just go. Now, I've gone to the cannabis festival in DC
Mm-hmm.
every year for the last 3-4 years. I didn't go this year, and luckily so because it got rained out, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people was mad. People was mad. They were turned away, and all just to find out at 8 o'clock the show started again. They had 2 Chains and Juicy J, and a lot of people missed it. They left.
Mm-hmm. Cause what I mean, but what would you? as a venue operator, what I'm supposed to do, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't.
It's an act of God.
I can't. Yeah. And I
Can't
can't.
do nothing about it.
Too big. That's too big to reschedule. Day of.
Point them out. Point them out.
What up? What up?
Yeah, that is too big to reschedule. And like I just saw 2 Chainz courtside at the Hawks game with his girl today. So that, like he was just here.
Yeah. I mean, DC to Atlanta, quick little flight.
Yeah, but he unless they paying for that flight for him to go back and come back.
True. I don't know. Yo, I watched a video 2-3 days ago. This dude's motivational speaker. He was like, somebody, I forgot what he talked, like who was talking to. He was like, my travel fee, just the travel fee, is $11,000 an hour. That's not including. That's not including what you have to purchase, like my plane ticket and stuff, just to get me to travel. Every hour is $11,000, and by this time I've been listening to the nigga talk for 30 minutes. I was like, this ain't worth $11,000. And then you still want $250K for the actual speaking engagement. I was like, yeah, nah, that ain't
You owe him $5,500.
Yeah,
for a half hour.
easy. Nah. Cut wasn't that good.
Jody, they celebrate 420 down there.
100%.
It's not legal in North Carolina, is it? I mean, no, Florida. Sorry, hell no, it's not legal in Florida.
It's not legal. They have like basically it's a ticket.
Right.
Like we have dispensaries down here.
Yo,
so
shout out Carlisha.
Ooh.
If you gotta
Don't start. Don't start. Don't start.
If you got a license, you can buy it from the dispensary. But like
medicinal.
Medicinal. But if you get caught like out in traffic with weed, depending on how much you got, they usually just give you a ticket.
Hey, my volume low. I can barely hear y'all, and it's turned all the way up.
That's dropped his phone in the toilet.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
I can hear Boone's smart ass comment though.
But yeah, Nempathy Show, full house up in here. You know, got Doug Bennett, Jody Hendricks, Brian B. Knowing. Go by the name of Sonic Boom. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to Carlisha, man. Oh, she said, "Oh my God, it's Doug." Fixes her wig.
Welcome back, Carlisha.
I'm not going there with y'all.
We missed you, Carlisha.
Shut up, be knowing.
Man, I got an icebreaker for y'all.
In that movie, you gon' cry like a bitch. In Atlanta, shaking booty while your mama watch the kids. On the roof of a SUV with your auntie. Drinking liquor out a bottle on Ponce de Leon Street. BET, know they bogus, breaking up a happy home. If your daddy watch it too, in the morning he'll be gone. He like, Sandra, if I only knew that you did the do, I would never had been their dad nor married you. It's a bunch of women nervous cause they know what they did. They used to get lit, but now
where my part? Where my part?
Who knew that new would end up on Hulu, getting felt on by 2 dudes in the front of a HBCU? Freak Nick, mamas and aunts. Freak Nick, drinking liquor, smoking blunt.
Well, my nigga said, who knew that you do that you do? That's my part right there. Who knew that you do?
Yeah.
Freak Nick. Can't wait for that joint, man.
When is that joint supposed to come out?
Never worry, man. They suing. They trying to halt it. Halt.
They halted it.
Well, I mean, they right now they so there's some professional black women who are suing because they don't want this to come out.
Oh, so you mean what happens in the past don't stay in the past?
It said,
I would have never guessed that.
I heard that you can erase your wholeness or like resets.
Yeah, you can be a born again virgin. Remember? Oh, that only works for women, though. That only works for women.
So
do men want that?
Well, all I'm saying is
you can have the option. You said like niggas ain't got the option. Like, niggas don't want it.
But Brian,
niggas don't want that.
it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when Bill Cosby do it.
That's
great.
Hey,
how that nigga Kanye say it was all good just a week ago.
That's completely different.
It's cool when they do it. When Bill Cosby want to leave shit in the past, all of a sudden it's a fucking problem.
Yes.
Now listen. You know, I've heard stories of by men who were underage at the time of Freaknik, who said that they was having sexual relations with grown women down there.
That's not surprising.
Okay.
Right? That's statutory great.
Yeah.
But hey, listen to me. You listen to me. If Smokey had caught Miss Parker on a good day, he didn't need Freaknik. Okay? All he needed was a Bible and a suit in the El Dorado. Ask the pastor in Friday.
Are we talking about married women?
And your point?
Freaknik.
And your point. Who knew what you do that new news on Hulu?
Is that the dude from
said
point him out?
You got a Facebook user. Go ahead and go to StreamYard or make sure that they allow you to show your name so we know who you are. You know what I mean? But we got a Facebook
it's probably one of them women that's filing a lawsuit, so they don't want you to be known.
She said some of the women judges and lawyers now, and they mad that they freaked out on camera. Carlisha said dick doesn't age.
Yes, it do.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Don't ever. I'll put it to you like this. A dick is like a red oak. You cut that shit in half on a tree, you find out by the rings on the tree. You don't need to cut a dick in half. Look at the rings around the rip. That shows you how much it's aged. Trust me. When you get an erection and you still got wrinkles in it, you're old.
No, matter of fact, if you need a ring to get it back up, that's how you know.
Who knew the voodoo that you knew that?
Yeah, I remember an old episode of Seinfeld when Kramer made the bro, right, to hold your balls up, like a bra. It's like a bra for your balls.
Oh,
it was the bro. Like you need that. The older you get,
for real.
But it might be like
I said, this is how you know your dick age. If you got a full erection and you still got wrinkles in it, that is how you know your dick has aged.
Carlisha is offering a full inspection, Doug.
I think Carlisha wanted the video.
Word up. She said she missed Doug's lips respectfully.
Hashtag respectfully.
I think Miss Carlisha thank for Mr. Perspective.
Oh man,
they got to think for each other. Doug play coy in front of us.
Nigga, first and foremost, I don't even know what coy means. So one thing you're not gonna do is throw random ass words up here. I thought ain't that a Japanese? Ain't that a fish that be at them little Japanese restaurants?
It's fancy fish.
It also is like a term, like you playing coy, like you playing
being shy. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a fish, nigga. I was like, what you trying to say?
Don't koi fish be trying to hide under rocks and shit like that?
Sure.
Ain't that and
if they're under the water, yeah.
Who eats koi fish?
No, those are
you can eat them.
I don't think
you're supposed to.
Nah, they're expensive.
So why we just talking about Freaknik and all of a sudden we talk about fish? That correlation is
out there.
It
was out there.
We talking about Freaknik and fish, ladies.
Now,
ladies.
I can see Atlanta making some koi fish lemon pepper bites.
So that Rick Ross's wing stop.
Yeah, koi fish lemon pepper nuggets.
Man, listen, no, we not bringing his fat ass name up right now.
Who chill? Shout out to Rose.
This nigga Jody didn't even wait till we get to the main topic before he started insulting people.
Oh, no.
Didn't you go see Ricky Rose and Kevin Gates with a cowboy hat on?
Well, the dude next to me had a cowboy hat on, so I rocked his hat.
He just took his...
Wow.
I was wondering where you got that.
That sounds like the type of things that happen at Kevin Gates concerts.
So man, what is Kevin Gates Native American? Like, why does he have that feather in his head? Is he an albatross?
Yankee.
He probably think he is.
See, I'm gonna explain to people something, right? So when people
I got 2 phones,
be like, send me all this weird shit that Kevin Gates say and do, right? And they be like, how do you like this nigga so much? I reply to that by sending them songs like 7:12 p.m. and you know what I'm saying, blowing up my phone. And I send them 2 phones. And I send them, you know what I'm saying? I send them like Puerto Rican Love. And I was like, you hear these songs? It's nothing but gangster ass trap music with a mellow ass tone. You know what I'm saying? That's why I listen to Kevin Gates. All this other weird shit this nigga do, that's him on his own time. But when I send them those songs, it's like he's talking about drugs and killing bitches and smacking niggas. That's what I like to hear from Kevin Gates. I don't really give 2 shits why this nigga got a feather in his head. I don't really give 2 shits about the weird shit this nigga say in interviews. I like his trap music. That is it. I love his trap music. Hence why I go to his concert. And when he sings his trap music, I fucking love it. When he starts saying other shit like "dick all in your stomach," I just.
So he has a song. He has songs that talks about killing bitches and slapping niggas. That ain't backwards.
That's my boy.
This is a dope picture though. Like as weird as it is,
yeah. But what song does he have that causes him to make that movement?
Well, it's a song called 712.
I don't get tired.
That's usually what niggas do when they get off of work.
Yeah. I don't get tired. That's the song he comes out to when he plays that. I don't get tired. So last night I went to the concert, right? It was a good concert. So you can definitely tell that like I would say a good 60% of the people were there to see Kevin because
somebody get Brian some damn Claritin or some Zyrtec.
Yo, my fault, y'all.
Nigga, some Zyrtec, please.
Oh my god.
You know how you go to a concert and you get all the local artists and shit. But it was cool because you know it's a Florida thing. So like they had bigger rank, DJ Bigger Rank, and it had like some other shit. That's like Florida shit that we know, like people who did like Plies and Bootsy mixtape. So that dude came out, and then we had like the regular people. But then Kevin came out, you know, he did his thing, right? And if you know, you haven't been to a concert with a nigga with high energy, Kevin has high energy. So he's jumping all around the stage. He's actually giving you a performance. And then Rick Ross comes out, right? First of all, at least 2,000 people left the fucking arena, right?
Really?
Really?
After Kevin left, like, okay, literally the 8 people that were sitting in front of me literally cleared out.
That's like you broke. That's what that is.
You literally cleared out. Like, all right, Kevin's left, we're done. The bitches that were sitting next to me, they took their pictures. Kevin left, they left. So there was a lot more room when Rick Ross came out. Now he did his thing, but his concert, his performance was very low energy. It was very like he played songs like I'm a Boss. You know what I'm saying? The Meek Mill song. But like what happened was he played the song and like he played Meek Mill verse. And Meek Mill's verse, like you jamming so hard in Meek Mill's verse. And then Ricky Rose starts rapping his verse, and it's very low energy. So now you're like the verse that you played to get us hyped for your verse just outdid your shit in person. You know what I'm saying?
But you know he got that ranch. He be outside in that sun all day. You can't be in that sun all day and then do a concert at night. You too tired, man.
That's like personal. And
ain't that what he say?
He definitely did that about 5 or 6 times. So it was a good. But I honestly, I would.
He was the headliner?
Yeah, he was the headliner. So that's probably why
that's just backwards.
I'm gonna be real with you. You know what concert that I really and truly want tickets to, and I'm gonna try and get to, is that Nas Wu-Tang concert that's coming to DC. I'm telling you right now, bro.
I'm sure
I'm gonna go to that joint. I'm gonna go to that joint. That Nas Wu-Tang concert, that you talk about off the chain. Plus, on top of that, I hope him, Ghost and Ray do their song together off of Ray's Purple Tape, the classic Purple Tape.
Verbal
What?
Intercourse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me, Nas, and Ray got the best product on the
block.
block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Yo. So I went to that show because this is the second time they doing it.
Okay.
Right. I went to that show. When I went, it was Method Man wasn't showing up to them shows yet.
Oh yeah,
He
I
was
remember
in
he had like a little issue or something.
Yeah, and he went on social media talking about like I don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm acting, nigga. I got options, right? But so I went to the show in Newark, New Jersey, and this nigga shows up. So I went to the first show he showed up at, and Redman was there, and that's when they added Busta Rhymes.
Whoa,
you know what I'm saying, nigga? I got to see all that.
I heard Busta does a hell of a performance.
No, he does. That might be like
voice.
the best, like most interactive rap concert I've ever been to. Like Busta says, Busta actually performs. Everybody else just sing their songs.
You know what I love the most about Wu? Those jokers are a family for real. Cause them niggas beef, but they always rock that W. Like you never hear about somebody be like, yo, I ain't in Wu-Tang no more, no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like with Escape, every time you turn around, 1 minute Candy in, the next minute Candy not. It's like for real. And now I'm serious. I think the only reason why they should headline that SWV tour is to give them enough time to do an inventory or roll call of all their members before they get on stage. That's the reason why I believe they should headline it. Because 1 minute there's 3 of them, 1 minute there's 4, but there's always somebody trying to escape. But when it comes to Wu-Tang, when it comes to the W, I don't care how much them niggas may be beefing, them niggas move like Voltron. That's what I always loved about Wu. They move like Voltron.
Change the head.
Yeah, man. They move like Voltron for real.
Shit, I might go to that show in DC. And the reason I might go is because just like you saying right now, you don't know what show you're gonna get with Wu because you don't know who's gonna be there. You know what I mean? And then it's always like friends, like locally, they'll like who knows, Wale might be there. Like I don't know, but just like somebody from the area or somebody who couldn't make the last show will be there.
Yeah.
Like Redman.
They done already wrapped up shooting on Power, so Meth should be there.
Yeah, Meth. Yeah, I think Meth is back on the joint.
I just wonder how do you split that money 9 damn ways?
Them niggas, I don't know, man. That they was probably wondering the same thing.
9 ways, bro.
That's why Meth said I don't need it. I'm not coming out the house for $47, nigga. I can keep that.
but the truth is there's no way all of them could be getting the same cut though.
No, they ended up on a tier system, I think.
You God is getting paid the same as RZA? No. No.
Hey man, take away Triumph. I don't remember too many You God verses, bro. Hey. I don't remember too many You God verses.
Nigga, you God could go to the grocery store.
You said from Triumph? You don't know You God verse.
I love Wu. Don't get me wrong. Spit a You God verse right now that ain't a single. Go.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
that's what I thought, nigga. That's what I thought.
Now I had You God's album, and I ain't like it.
Yeah, you had it. You know
what I'm saying?
Had it.
Yeah, the bizarre.
I'm telling you right now. I think I really and truly believe I can spit a B-side verse from every member with the exception of him. I don't know what it is, man. But I can't. Other than Triumph.
But you killed it when you said single, because that nigga do be having them verses on them singles. He got iconic verses, but they all on the singles.
Olympic Torch Flaming, We Burn So Sweet, The Thriller Agony. I remember that. But all I'm saying is, tell me a B-side verse, like real talk. A B-side verse of You God that you know.
No, that's why he don't get. They have to tell him, "Hey, he's with us, guys." Like, don't put. You God can't get to the arena by himself. He has to wait outside
I'm
for
serious.
everybody else to
Ain't
get
he the only real? You, if I'm not mistaken, You God the only real light skinned nigga in the group, ain't he?
Yeah.
Everybody else brown skin or darker, so they definitely got.
Yeah.
Hey, that pretty motherfucker. Hey, that pretty dude. He with us, man. He ain't grimy.
Yeah,
Trust me. He's from Staten Island. He from the light skinned part of Park Hill, but he from
But
Staten
he's still
Island.
good.
Yeah,
He's
come on.
They had to go extra.
He had to prove it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He got to prove it, bro. He got to. I ain't gonna.
But yo, moving on, you know, my Knicks is up 3-1 to the Cavaliers. Don't hate.
I'm gonna be real with you. Knicks fans are like Cowboy fans. They really are.
No way.
That's all are, bro.
No way. Hell
Yes,
Hold
no.
on, wait.
Hell no.
Oh, let him finish. I think I go ahead, Doug.
And this is the reason why. Y'all ain't won shit.
Ever.
Ever.
No, so they worse. At least the Cowboys won something at one point.
We're not the same.
No.
It's
All
not
right.
popular to be a
Roll
Knicks
call.
fan.
Roll call. Roll call. Roll call.
Yeah.
Who was in here? Who was born the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl? Just raise your hand. Now, keep hands up. Who was here the last time the Knicks won the NBA championship? And for some reason, Madison Square Garden is the world's most famous arena, unless we're equating it to losing. For some reason, everybody and their mama want to go to a Knicks game, even though y'all ain't won shit. Y'all haven't even had a marquee star y'all could truly build around since Ewing.
Mellow.
Y'all haven't had a marquee star
Yeah,
to build
we
around.
did have Kyrie, didn't we?
No, nigga, y'all didn't.
We had him in the
This is
beginning.
how bad I know. I'm glad you brought that up. This is how fucking bad the Knicks are. The Knicks are the world famous arena. They're the most popular or the richest franchise. They print money in Madison Square Garden. They have their own network.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Durant and Kyrie would rather go to Brooklyn. They would rather go to
I can't argue that, yo.
They would rather go. Do you know what the Brooklyn Nets are? The Brooklyn Nets are a .com franchise. They're GoDaddy.com compared to the Knicks, who are the fucking Rockefellers. And them niggas said, send me over to GoDaddy.com instead of going to Park Place.
GoDaddy's the future, baby.
They would rather go to GoDaddy.com, another .com, than investing in oil.
Say it again.
Who's going? Hey, yo, raise your hand if you were alive when the Wizards won a fucking championship.
You do realize that the Wizards won one more recent than the Knicks.
When was that?
I think it was 76, 79.
Yeah, nigga.
Somewhere there.
Yeah, nigga. Do you really want to play that game?
Who's alive, Doug?
So, hey, at least I know what confetti looks like, nigga. Do you?
Nigga, we won the Eastern Conference twice.
This is he sound like Tyson Gay at an Olympic reunion. Nigga, I won silver medal twice, and you saying like, nigga, sit your slow ass down.
Man, Patrick, you on with that fucking finger roll, dog.
Oh, so it's his fault. We fuck the fact that John Stark shot y'all out of the series in '94 versus the Rockets.
Man, John
fuck the
Stark
fact of the matter that y'all had home court advantage versus the Rockets and still lost in 7.
Nigga, Akeem Olajuwon?
Tell me why Akeem Olajuwon. You know Patrick Ewing walks with his knees together because of Olajuwon now.
Hey, go ahead.
He does. Patrick Ewing is the only man that has knee pads sewn in his slacks because of Hakeem Olajuwon.
This man is sick.
My Knicks up 3-1.
That nigga can't say nothing. He can't say nothing. Boo can't say nothing.
My Knicks up 3-1.
Shout out to the
Cavaliers.
Knicks. They going home next week in like a week and a half. Don't worry about
Oh yeah.
Wait, you think they're gonna come back for 3-1?
No, I'm saying whoever y'all play
Boom.
next week, y'all.
Boom,
home.
I swear to God, if the Knicks lose this 3-1 series, y'all need to sacrifice James Dolan on the nearest altar to appease the Lord. Because y'all got bad luck. Y'all got
I don't
bad
think
luck.
they're gonna
There's
lose.
no
I think
way.
they'll make it out of this round.
The
They'll make it out of
owner is
this
the
round.
bad luck.
They better. Because there's no way on God's green earth you should lose a 3-1 lead. There's no way. Especially, don't y'all, and y'all got another home game too. Am I correct? Or are y'all going back to Cleveland? Y'all going back to Cleveland, right?
I believe so. I think we're going back. Cause we just had 2.
Hey, but be knowing. Mark this down. If the Knicks lose game 5, they will lose this series. Mark it down.
Man.
If the Knicks, for all my Nempathites out there, if the Knicks lose game 5, they will lose this series. I'm telling
Six
you.
is back in New
I'm
York.
telling you right now. If Stephen
Game
A.
6 is
Smith,
back in New York.
if they lose this 3-1 lead, Stephen A. Smith, that hairline is going to the back of his neck. I'm telling you that right now. That shit already look like a yarmulke.
When the Wizards play.
Nigga, you can clown the Wizards all you want to. We're not the ones who sit up here talking about.
Y'all don't even care about them. You don't even care about them.
I mean,
nobody really cares about the Knicks. They only go to that game because they know they're gonna be on. The fans are gonna be on ESPN.
Knicks fans care about the Knicks, man.
Okay, nigga, what is a Knickerbocker? Because that's borderline racist.
It's like a city slicker, like
a city slicker, nigga. That movie was about cowboys. That shit ain't have nothing to do with a Knickerbocker.
Shout out to was it Billy Crystal?
Billy Crystal.
Shout out to Billy Crystal, man.
Now hold up. DeMar Hamlin, he's being fully cleared to play football again, and he's pursuing.
Nigga, I thought that was Travis. I thought that was Derrick Henry. My bad.
He's pursuing. He wants to come back. He wants to come back. Do you think he should come back? If that was your brother, if that was your son, would you say, yo, go ahead, go back?
No, if I was his parent, absolutely.
Only if they give him shoulder pads with a defibrillator in it.
Who cleared him is the question, because these sports teams doctors will be like, yeah, he can play. Sir, his leg is not on his body. He can play.
That nigga Trent Williams had a fucking tumor. Trent Williams had a tumor growing out of his fucking head. And the doctor said, nah, that's just a keloid. That nigga can't play.
He can play, man.
How important is this game?
Right. And we were losing the whole time.
If you look at it like this, right?
Here come Jody ass.
No, real shit. The odds of you getting to the NFL are like slim to none. The odds of you making it like I read this thing, right? And the odds of you, first of all, the odds of you making it to college on a scholarship are slim. The odds of you making it past freshman year are like slimmer. And the odds of you making it through senior year or getting to the NFL like are done. So most niggas.
So you said slim. You said they're slim.
Yeah.
So the odds are a Knickerbocker.
Possibly. So
or a wizard.
The average NFL career is like 3 seasons. So all that play more than 3 seasons, you beat the average. You're the exception. So for him, right? In all honesty, he really was a nobody a couple years ago, right? And I watched him transition into an actual starter and actually start playing good. And so like he really had his best season last season, right? And this season he gets into this one in a millionth freak accident where he got hit and his heart stopped. Now, I get the concern about his health, but you got to look at it from his standpoint. I'm never
paid him doctor bills.
I'm never gonna get this opportunity again. And last year was my best year off a rookie contract. So it's just like he probably just started making a decent amount of money last season with having the best season of his season last season before he got hurt. So it's like you telling this man to give up his life goal, like he's what, 25, 26, what I've spent the last 10, 15 years pursuing just to give it up off a freak accident. Cause like literally the odds of that shit happening was like 1 in 10 million. So it's like, you know what? I'll take my luck and be the 2 in 10 million nigga for this shit to happen. But I'm not giving up my money, my dreams over it literally was a freak accident. Let's call it what it was. It wasn't like it was some comment. It was a freak accident. You happen to get hit.
So what you're saying, Jody, is it was a freak neek.
Yo, we're not gonna know until he gets hit again.
Yeah, and then by then it's too late. It's too late by then.
It's too late to apologize.
Yeah.
It's too late. That's right.
He gonna have some type of special vest.
They're not gonna do that,
Nigga,
man.
just
Sing
put a
it.
defibrillator in
They're
his
not gonna do that.
shoulder pads, like put
They
it right
gonna
here.
No, they're gonna stuff towels under his pads and tell him go out there. They ain't gonna do nothing for that man.
Yo, man. Shout out to Baltimore, your boy Tank.
Baltimore
Did it again.
City!
Tank doesn't beat Ryan Davis with the body shot.
I
You know
knew,
what I mean?
I knew the one that did look for
That
it.
nigga, did you see that nigga?
Yo, I've never been hit in my liver, but it looks horrible.
I have.
It looks so bad.
No, I'm telling you right now. I've sparred and I've competed, and I've gotten hit in my liver, bro. I got hit in my liver with a punch, and I got hit in my liver with a knee. When I tell you that shit is the most painful, I'll put it to you like this: I'd rather get kicked in my nuts than hit in my liver. Because when you get kicked in your nuts, it's literally like a sharp pain, but only for a minute. When you get hit in your liver, it is a pain that travels through your entire body. It's like your entire body shuts down. Like if you look closely, Ryan wanted to get up.
Yeah, he wanted to get up. He just
every single time he clenched his teeth like it was like his body was like, you're not getting up. Yeah. Stay down. You're not getting up. I remember seeing that Bernard Hopkins fight when he hit Oscar in his liver. Yeah, look at what Oscar did. Oscar was out there. It was like he was on a stop, drop, and roll commercial.
It looks bad, bro. I haven't.
It is. I'm telling you right now, bro. I don't care how big or how strong you are. You catch a liver or a kidney shot, you're down. You are down. I don't give a damn who you are. You catch a flush liver or a kidney shot, especially a liver shot, you down. You down, bro.
Two, once I really started paying attention to the numbers, I never understood why people his height work so hard to drop weight to fight in that weight class. Like he's 5'11". To be 135 and 5'11" is crazy. Especially when your opponent is 5'5". Javante could comfortably sit at 135 and be okay. You, sir, look like what's the Jack-o'-lantern man?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Ryan made a mistake prior to getting in the ring. It had nothing to do with his the rehydration clause. It had nothing to do with the weight cut. In my years on this earth, there are 3 rules that I abide by. Number 1, I don't play cards with anybody whose name starts with a city like Austin, Dallas, Chicago. I don't fuck with a woman who's named after a fruit like peaches, apricot, cinnamon, some shit like that. And number 3, I fight no nigga who's named after an inanimate object like Tank, Apache, Rock, shit like that, bro.
Tank is not inanimate.
Huh? I don't. Those are 3 rules that listen, Nempathites, 3 rules every man should live by. Do not play cards or shoot dice with anybody named after a city. Do not fuck with a woman who's named after any type of fruit or condiment. And do not fight a nigga who's named after an inanimate object like Tank or Rock or some shit like that. You do those 3 things, you'll live a healthy life. I'm not fighting no nigga that's called Tank, bruh.
Steve J. Shot said your whole body shuts down when you get hit in
It
the liver.
does. It does. Your whole body shuts down, bro. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. I don't care how much you work on your core. You catch a flush liver shot.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. It's
And
murder.
that was the first time he dropped him. He's low key picked him apart. He dropped him in the 2nd round.
Oh, he hit him with, but he hit him with an overhand, like an overhand left to his face.
Oh yeah,
that liver shot. If you notice that liver shot, he didn't react to it until like 5 seconds later.
Yeah. And his body's like, no, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Go ahead, pack it up, sir.
Yeah.
Valiant effort.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I want any Oscar De La Hoya back fighter to lose. I don't like Oscar. I don't like Oscar. I don't. I don't like Oscar. I haven't liked Oscar De La Hoya since he was wrongfully awarded a win over Pernell Whitaker back in the 90s. He did not beat Pernell Whitaker. And that's one. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a boxing fan, the one thing I know is if you're a black fighter fighting against a Latino fighter, you better not leave that shit to the judges, because they will take that shit away from you.
Release my nigga.
They don't stay down anyway. Like,
release my nigga.
All I'm telling you is, if you are a black fighter and you're fighting a Latino fighter, do not leave that shit to the judges, bro. Do not leave that shit to the judges. Tank went in there. Tank understood the assignment. He did what he was supposed to do. Shout out to Tank and everybody in the 410. Is that Baltimore?
Yeah.
Baltimore. Now, they said they seen Nelly and Ashanti there holding hands. Like they back together, my brother. Ashanti look good as a motherfucker, boy.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you right now, dog. I did not know Ashanti was packing like that. No, hey, no offense, Nelly. No offense, Nelly. But boy, damn.
I see why you went back, bro. I can see
why
you
went
back.
I think
I'm telling you.
Since the verses, remember they was at verses together? He was like,
if I had Ashanti, I would play every night before we went to sleep. Rain on me, Lord, rain on me. I'm serious, boy. Ashanti look better the older she gets.
Yeah. You do.
Like, for real, man. Like, no wonder that nigga Irv was mad as fuck.
Hell yeah. See, because Irv was one of the first people. He was on it before everybody else. So he didn't get to see all of this. So
listen, Irv was married, talking about how bad he loved this woman. Irv was like, I don't care about my wife, my kids, nothing.
She got that sunshine. She got that sunshine. Nigga, throw it up in the air.
Yo, listen, man. I think he was. I think he was in love with her.
So happy.
He probably was.
Man. That was his songbird. You know.
That's why he's so bitter and won't let the girl get her money. That's a very bitter.
Yeah, man.
It's a very bitter thing to do, sir.
It is. It's bitter as hell, bro. But you gotta understand, man. Certain things you don't want to lose, bro. Listen, I lost my first.
I have it in the first place,
nigga. There's a dude out there that stole my G.I. Joe Duke. Remember Duke, the G.I. Joe Duke? Stole my shit, bro. When I was 7 years old. I'm still looking for his ass. I want my shit back. And that's how I feel about Duke. Now imagine Ashanti. I would have had a kung fu grip around Ashanti if I was Irv, bruh.
I mean, the fact that Irv been balls since he was like 20. And here come Nelly with a foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that hurt. Like, Nelly in his 40s was still deep waves. But whether they face or not, they're still to be determined. But they seem to be all right to them. All I'm saying is, I ain't never heard nobody talk shit about Nelly's hairline. His hair seems to be on.
Man, nigga, do you see how strong Nelly is?
During the verses,
got
Nelly
strong Nelly
Wi-Fi
is.
was all fucked up.
That's
That
that's
nigga
'cause he
ain't
was
had
out.
no signal.
It was
Bro,
terrible.
let me tell you something. I do jujitsu. I can't rear naked choke a nigga that ain't got no neck. I ain't fucking with Nelly, bro.
Nigga, I put him in a headlock. Nigga, lock his head.
I ain't fucking with Nelly. I'm serious. Now I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all can sit up there and let them damn nursery rhymes he got on country grammar fool you if you want to.
Yo.
Nelly will knock you the fuck out.
No, nigga, it's not a nursery rhyme.
Yeah, street.
You said listen. You start listening to it. It's going down, down, baby.
Listen, let me explain something to you. There's another rule I just figured out. You know another nigga that I don't fuck with? A person who personally gets a part put in their hair. Think about that shit, bruh. Nelly literally sits down and tells the barber, put a line where a line doesn't need to go. Niggas like him,
Yo, you ain't
Shannon Sharp. You don't
ain't
fuck with
part your
niggas
hair.
who put lines in they who put
you
a
ain't
part
never
in their
part your
head.
hair. You ain't ever part your hair in your days of getting your hair cut, Doug.
As a
I
child,
parted my hair when I was 9, nigga, not
That's
39.
the last time you parted it.
Duh.
Nigga, I'm not fucking with a dude who puts a part in his head.
So, question, Doug. So about a couple months ago,
The half moon crest.
that whole debate with Shannon Sharp and the Grizzly Timberwolves and all that shit, right? Everybody sitting there talking shit about Unc, and I was like, yeah, like I don't. Have y'all ever seen this nigga Instagram?
yeah, Unc will
Unc's still
wash. Unc will fold.
Uncle will fold
Still
every
got it.
last one of them.
Hey, and Shannon Sharp ain't no suburban boy. This nigga is deep, hard rooted.
Yeah.
Fucking Georgia.
Nigga,
Like I don't. Hey, sometimes Aunt fuck around and slip up and be cussing on air.
Yeah.
nigga, I don't fuck around with a nigga that got a lisp.
First
A
of all,
lisp?
what's crazy is Shannon Sharp is ridiculously strong, and he
What you
still look
need
like
to
a
do-
biter.
Yeah.
That's because he got
Yeah.
that. See, he said he grew up throwing bricks.
Who throws bricks, nigga? You lay bricks.
country
You don't
people
throw
with-
them.
Nah, he said that he
without
would.
stuff to do.
They would have to throw him from up. They would throw him up. You know what I mean? Like
Catch
throw him. So and he would have to catch them joints.
Nigga, I don't fuck with nobody who got a part cut purposely in their head.
Listen,
Nelly, Shannon Sharp, nor my Uncle Dwayne. Them niggas sit down and tell the barber after the haircut is done, put a part right here. For what? For
Listen.
what? Why, sir? I've already done your hairline. Fuck that. Put a divot right here. Put a divot right here.
A divot. That's a good
A
word.
divot.
Brian, how many of us were taken all the way back when we watched that Shannon Sharp interview with what's the nigga that do all the impressions? The black
Jay
dude.
Farrow. Jay Farrow.
When Jay Farrow, right? And I'm talking about as much as I've been watching Shannon Sharp, that was the first time I ever heard this nigga drop the F-bomb. Shannon Sharp, I say, why you come over here fucking with me? I had to rewind it like 8 times. Like, what? And he said it again. He's like, and so when you, and then like not too long after that, he's sitting here having a heated debate with Skip.
Oh yeah.
And he said something along the lines of, you got me fucked up. And he was like, oh shit, y'all got me cussing on air. I was like, what?
I don't think he don't like Skip in real life, yo. Like
Nigga.
He
You
really don't like,
You want to know how gangster Shannon Sharp is? This is how gangster Shannon Sharp is. Shannon Sharp wears fitted sweatpants with white Adidas and a matching poodle under his arm in the airport.
Cause who gonna say something?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know they had fitted sweatpants, bruh. But Shannon Sharp wears fitted sweatpants, orthopedic Adidas, and a poodle under his arm.
They don't make.
My man said bitches
sweatpants.
love parts.
They just don't make sweatpants in his ties. That's what it is.
All I'm saying is people be out here like, they don't want that smoke. I'm like, first of all, y'all better grab Ja Morant,
For real.
Like it's not even a fair fight.
But it's
That's not even a fair fight, bro.
First of all,
That's really not.
It could be Ja and his father, and it still wouldn't be a fair fight.
It wasn't gonna be a
Did you
fair
see
fight.
T. Morant come over there looking like a Wick edition of Usher?
Yeah, hey, it wasn't gonna be a fair fight to a female.
That nigga look like a woman, infants, children's edition of Usher.
That was the only nigga that could have did something to that.
Yeah.
It's like the rest of y'all niggas, calm down.
Wearing them heavy ass sunglasses. Them sunglasses thicker than he is.
Off in a full,
you gonna fuck around
whole fucking team.
Shannon Sharp. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is how crazy Shannon Sharp. You can tell a lot by a man by what he wears. Shannon Sharp at that game had on a Garanimals cardigan. A Garanimals cardigan.
Garanimals.
That nigga had on a Garanimals cardigan with what did he have? Like a thermal that was so tight the shit looked like it snapped between his legs.
And he was
y'all wanted to fight. This nigga had on a Garanimals cardigan and a onesie. And y'all thought he was afraid to fuck y'all up.
Outside of him being big and strong, he's also an NFL legendary tight end. Like he's
first of all, the shit that be tripping me out on is niggas really be mad, right? And this was a debate we had. Like somebody really was like Shannon hating on Patchy Durant, right? So there's like Shannon hating on Patchy Durant because Durant got more success. I was like, do you understand the magnitude? Like, let me break this shit down for you because, you know, I'm more of a football fan than I am basketball fan. Like I said, I watch basketball just because piss people off with LeBron James. So let's say for every one Super Bowl, you probably should count that as like 3 NBA championships. All right? Because literally one nigga makes a fucking difference. Like, I don't care what anybody say. So if a nigga has 1 Super Bowl ring versus a nigga with 3 NBA championship rings, that's the equivalent, right? In my opinion. So Shannon Sharp has 3 rings, right? With 2 different teams, right? And has the Hall of Fame tight end. Like, wasn't even no doubt he was going to be a Hall of Fame. He was a Hall of Fame before he even retired. He has 3 Super Bowl rings. So he has the equivalent, of my opinion, of 9 championships. So it's like, what exactly is he hating on?
And not just that, Jody. His championships don't have asterisks beside him the way that Kevin Durant
does. He got his championships the right way. Shannon Sharp literally was there when John Elway was about to retire and went out on a fucking high note. Like, this is how I know I'm starting to show my age a little bit. Nigga, Shannon Sharp was there to beat the unstoppable Packers that season when they won that fucking Super Bowl. Because that year, Brett Favre probably could have threw for 7,000 yards if they had 17 games. So that Packers team was unfucking stoppable the year that Shannon Sharp and John Elway beat them, right? And let's not talk about the fact that Shannon Sharp played on probably the best fucking defensive squad ever to touch a goddamn football field in the 2000 Ravens, okay?
Defense. That offense was garbage.
That offense was garbage.
No, no. What it was is the offense was like Kevin Durant, patchy.
I don't even think the offense was patchy. Literally, they started that season so fucking confident. It's like, it don't really matter who throw the goddamn ball. Just don't get it picked off. Like, that's it.
That was it.
Like, you want to know the reason? You really want to know the reason why Kevin Durant doesn't like Shannon Sharp? All of those points are very good. But the reason why Kevin Durant doesn't like Shannon Sharp is this one reason and one reason only. Because Shannon Sharp can choose where his hair parts, unlike Kevin Durant.
He can. He just got wet at first. Like, he got let it soak.
Durant cannot choose where his hair parts.
The naps is too hard now. He got to soak it. He got to do a
That shit's terrible. I don't even know why Kevin Durant does not keep Kevin Durant should keep a barber on payroll. He really should.
Kevin Durant is from Seat Pleasant. Y'all expect too much of him.
Then he needs to seat his ass in a Pleasant barbershop and get that shit cut the fuck off.
Hey, yo, Blueface had a fight that night as well, man, and he won. Right?
It's not his first win, is it?
Nope, he beat Ed Matthews.
Blueface can scrap. Don't get it twisted. Blueface got hands.
Yeah, right. So they were talking about him hitting on women. He
fight for Sean every week.
Those are alleged.
That not alleged when you clearly see in the video, bro.
How you gonna approach a nigga for hitting on a girl and he whoop your ass.
Damn, man.
When chivalry,
who said-
keeping it
who said
chivalrous
so?
goes wrong.
You're like, damn, man, this nigga had a point.
I'll call instructions like I'm her corner man. Bitch, Bob, we block.
Man, shoot him.
No, but listen, while y'all bullshitting, Krishan can fight too.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get it twisted.
Nigga,
Hey, I'm
she
gonna
can
tell you
take
right
a
now.
punch.
Popping the shit out
Krishan
of
is so gutter. She snuffed a chick at on a red carpet and then sat there and did like this. Yeah. It was me. It was me. As if somebody's like, I don't know if that was Krishan Rock or not. No, it was. They ain't too many snaggletooth bitches around here snuffing jokers. All right, it was you, Krishan. Trust me. We saw your tongue go through that gap when you hit her. Like, yeah, we know it was you. Ain't too many snaggletooth bitches around here snuffing chicks.
No, I think all snaggletooth bitches be snuffing. That's why she snaggled her in the first place.
You know, a woman that chooses to walk around like that, because she said that Blueface paid to have her teeth fixed, but whatever apparatus she has bothers her gums.
Mm-hmm.
So she just chooses to walk around like that.
To walk around with 31
she chooses to walk around like that. So she
chooses to walk around with 31 teeth.
The mindset of someone who's okay with that.
Because
hey,
you didn't say
Google how many teeth in the human body. Google that shit real quick.
So you start
I think
with
it's 32.
Yeah. You get them wisdom pool, you know.
So she chooses to walk around with 31.
But how you get like if you get the window knocked out the front of your house.
Thank you, man.
You not going with
Yo, you just gotta close the blinds.
The blinds open to the whole house. It's just a hole.
Don't fucking side of the house is out.
It's just open. But she could just say, "Hey, can I go get refitted for another toothpick?" She's just like, "Nah,
another tooth.
Like you, man.
How do you even go into the dentist? Hey, I need a tooth. You need teeth? Like, yeah. No, a tooth.
A tooth.
I'm sorry. Spell that. TOOF. Tooth.
Oh, yeah,
tooth.
I see.
Look, man. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. He's now the highest paid player in NFL history for an annual basis. He's paid out there, man.
Yeah, that's what's that.
Black man.
That man is money.
Man, fuck them NFL contracts. Them NFL contracts are like parking in DC. That's literally what they're like. They're like parking in DC. I'm going to sign you to $250 million. Only 177 is guaranteed. You'll get 175 of it if you sign at 5 p.m. But if you sign at 5:01, you'll only get 166. But we can arbitrarily reconstruct your contract whenever the fuck we feel like it. Man, stop it. That shit is like reading a parking sign in DC. You can park right here from the hours of 9 to 9:10. From 9:11 to 9:12, you can park across the street. But at 9:13, you better move your car back down the block because the street sweeper's going to... It's like, stop, man.
No,
do I make this money or not?
Nah, that's not really impressive because, like, in 2 more years, somebody else had the highest contract.
Yeah, I have noticed
for
that.
2 years, I was the highest paid.
The salary cap keep going up, and then in another 2 years, they're reconstructing this nigga shit to get more talent. So it's like it's one of them things where it's like you had to put that out there because of what he did this season and what he did in the Super Bowl. It's like you had to pay that nigga. You ain't had no choice.
It is, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, DeMar Smith, who used to represent the NFLPA, he said something very profound. Do you realize that the NFL makes more money than all of the other American sports, but pay their players the absolute least?
Yeah, because they got they're like most liable to get hurt.
Yeah, but they got a total monopoly though.
I ain't
like the NFL. The NFL is $1 trillion brand. Like it really is, and they barely pay them cats, bruh. And we're talking about in a sport where one hit could end your life.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shitty situation, but to a point, you know, as bad as it sounds, like I can kind of understand some of these owners, because like imagine cutting a $175 million check, and at the beginning of the season, this nigga tears his fucking Achilles, and for the rest of his life, he ain't never the same. So guess what, nigga? Now I'm out of $175 million fucking dollars. So it's like I get the NFLPA want to get these guys paid, and I think they should be paid more. You know what I'm saying, for putting their bodies on the line. But
I think all NFL contracts should be guaranteed.
I do think there's a certain level of like precaution.
It'd be shorter.
People need to take, because you do have the Jamarcus Russells and the Sam Bradfords of the world who went out there and snuffed these motherfuckers for $70 million on a rookie contract and then played like complete shit.
Jamarcus Russell.
This nigga was lying about watching film. Boy, I'll never forget that shit. They gave that nigga blank tapes and then came back to practice.
Yeah, he said he watched it.
He watched it. Yo, it was good.
That nigga Jamarcus Russell, bro. I understand what you're saying, Jody. I really and truly do. But let's think about this. I think people really. I'm gonna put it to you, like people who try to convince you to pay your tithes and offering. God is only asking for 10%. So you're telling me if you got $100, you can't afford to give him 10? When I sit up here and look at the NFL, you're talking about billion-dollar owners with billion-dollar franchises. And you will sit up here and tell me it's so difficult for a guy who's worth billions to give this dude a couple million?
How much y'all think it costs to run an NFL team?
I don't know, but it's
annually.
Not difficult.
That costs a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's not like they don't make it back.
Yeah, you do make it back.
They make that
but
shit.
You gotta spend it also.
All right, let me ask you this question. The most expensive stadium in the NFL is the Cowboys Stadium in Dallas. Can we agree on that?
It's either that. It's probably either that or the SoFi Stadium.
Or SoFi. Are you trying to tell me that Jerry Jones hasn't made that money back?
I mean,
Jerry Jones
damn well will.
Is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
some of that money isn't all Jerry Jones. It's like people, it's the city. It's
okay.
The state.
I get all. I get all of that. But are you really gonna try and tell me that Jerry Jones is still in the red?
No, he owns
the Dallas Cowboys
that long. Like, first of all, it's already the host of like 2 major college bowl games, so you're getting your money. It's the I know they play soccer games there.
You think the Houston Texans are in the same financial shape with the Dallas Cowboys?
And then SoFi, didn't it just host the Super Bowl like 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. These niggas make this money back.
Bro, I'm saying I think that this, my personal opinion is like, I'm not one for giving these niggas a shit ton of guaranteed money, but I am one for you have to give these guys more of your money just in different areas. So I do think that these guys should be insured, especially like, nigga, if I got a player that played, I got an offensive lineman that played for me for 13 years, like, nigga, we're going to cover you and your family's insurance for the rest of your life.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of times it ain't a lineman's life is not that long after they leave the league.
It's like, especially like my running back ran for me 8 hard fucking seasons. The least I can fucking do is make sure that you're medically covered till you die. You know what I'm saying?
Boom. Real talk. Think about this. Just we'll talk about the lineman. Dog, you're 300 plus pounds in a squatting position at least 60 to 70 times a game. Not to mention, jokers are coming at you full force, because what people don't understand is the human body is not made to take that type of punishment. It's not. So not only are your knees shot just from being in that squatting position, you're talking about your body, your internal organs, your head. Like, dude, these jokers really, it's almost like they go through car crashes 4 to 5 times a quarter. And you're not trying to pay this dude to at least make sure that his life after football is as comfortable as it should be.
Definitely, they should have
I think that's some of the wacky shit ever. Like, I definitely think
they should definitely have health care.
taking care of these dudes for, you know what I'm saying? And if not a lifetime, I think that you should at least 15
At least
to
till
20,
they die.
at least 15 to 20 years.
If not a
Crazy.
lifetime, if not a lifetime, at least till they dead.
But look, he wrote a letter to black women because his agent is a black woman. Hold on, this is his agent right there. She's the one that brokered that deal, right?
All right.
Nicole Lynn. Hold up, he wrote a letter to black women. Dear black women, thank you for being you, showing up the way you do, for being trailblazers, for being loving, for being resilient.
Ooh,
We see you. I see you.
I'm about to channel my
Love, Jalen.
I'm about to channel my inner Doug on this one.
Why this nigga always name dropping me?
Cause you my boy. I'm about to channel my inner Doug on this one.
There's a reason why I put my hood on, bro. I was in hopes you wouldn't pick me.
I'm about to channel my inner Doug. First of all, listen, I love Jalen Hurts. I think he's a great quarterback. I have nothing bad to say about this man's game, right? Matter of fact, I thought the transition from Alabama to Oklahoma to the NFL was a great transition. I hoped a team gave you a chance, and I was happy when the Eagles drafted you. And I was also happy when the Eagles took the fucking time to put some actual fucking talent around.
Yeah, Philly did him right. I agree with you on that. Philly did him right.
Getting him good running backs, by getting him actual receivers. I was so
and two number one receivers.
I was happy when Philly put that all behind him. But what I have to say to this, dear Jalen Hurts, nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga, because that ain't got the success of these women, right? Ain't got shit to do with their skin color, nigga. A fucking Palestinian woman could have got you that fucking contract, nigga. Have you not seen the way you played over the last 2 seasons? You single-handedly took your team from maybe a potential playoff to fucking 14-0, okay? And then you see what happened when you missed 3 games? The Eagles look like a completely different fucking team. They didn't look like Super Bowl contenders on either side of the goddamn ball. So it's like, nigga, you literally are the fucking workhorse. That's like saying, like, hey, I sold a Ferrari for $1 million. It's like, well, what else the fuck would you sell it for, my nigga? Like, I don't understand. So just put all the legwork that you have to do. And after the Super Bowl, everybody knew you were getting paid. Everybody knew. Anybody who watches 2
even
seconds
Lamar.
even Lamar knew you were getting paid. Right? It was like,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That was too easy.
The first thing I said is Jalen Hurts still on his rookie contract? Yeah. Oh, that nigga's getting paid. Paid. There was no doubt about him getting paid. So when they dropped this whole, he's the highest paid player in the NFL, and thanks to his agents, like, nigga, a fucking rookie agent could have got that nigga that money. Like, it was Jalen fucking Hurts.
But why are you mad that he want to show his love? He want to express his love to black women.
I was gonna say.
I tell you what. I hope one of these motherfucking players show they love the white men when they become.
That much. Well, not dude. That's a man.
When motherfucking.
Who that?
What is that?
Who's the next quarterback that's probably gonna get the fucking money that Jalen?
I would like to say Lamar. I like to say Lamar, but we can only honor one Baltimorean at a time, and right now it's Tank. So
okay. If Trevor Lawrence is having the success he's having in Jacksonville, you're gonna have to pay that nigga more than motherfucking.
So you trying to say? So maybe Trevor Lawrence should get a black woman as an agent? Is that what you're saying, Jody?
Or Trevor Lawrence can just do better. Than
there are plenty of them in Jacksonville.
Well, I think what's gonna happen. It just looks really bad for Lamar, only because nobody signed him immediately like that, right? Now he could play on a franchise tag for $32 million. Personally, I wouldn't. I would sit out.
Yeah, you damn right.
I would sit out. But the market is going to shift. He just don't want to play in Baltimore. If some other team put a package together and gave him more guaranteed money, he'd be out.
He come right down 295. He don't even have to move.
On this side of the beltway, please.
I'm surprised that didn't happen.
I think they said part of it was because they were selling the team, so it was like we don't want to make
Magic. With Magic being a part of that, investment group that bought the Redskins,
that went through.
Nah,
it's in principle. It's in principle, like a handshake, but everything got to get checked out.
What about that black dude? That other black?
Brian Davis.
Yeah,
he's not getting that shit, bro. Cancel
Why
that.
Not?
He's just not. He's not. I don't know why, because he came up with a whole nother bill. He got a 7 bill on the table, a 7 bill off.
He said, "I do $7 billion, and I take over all the legal issues you got."
Yo, he said cash.
You think a white dude? You think a white dude want to be in debt to a Negro?
Yeah, you ain't that. It's
even though America has been in debt to us for 400 years, you really think they want to have a white dude in debt to a Negro?
Years.
Hey Mo,
that
you
money
know,
talk,
Mo.
That money
Say
talk,
what, Mo?
An extra billion,
an extra bill.
I owe a nigga a favor over an extra $1 billion. You need a ride to the airport? I got you, my boy.
Yo, but look, like with Dan Snyder, Donald Sterling, you know, owners who get some quote unquote racial stuff and got their teams.
Wait. I don't think Daniel Snyder ever did nothing racial. All his stuff is SA.
They're saying the Redskins logo and insignia was racial.
Then you gotta say that about Jack King Cook, man.
But he refused. Remember, he was refusing to change it at one point. He was like, "I ain't changing shit."
Jack King Cook literally said, "I'm never changing it." He literally said that.
Well,
and then he took his last breath.
You can't really put that on. You know, like they don't want to change the name. I think it was just the fact that he's not even acknowledging that he didn't even acknowledge them.
Like it could be wrong, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think if he would acknowledge, like, hey, yeah, we're going to give, you know, we'll contribute X amount of dollars on a nonprofit to this tribe over here. And he was just like, F y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I was feeling him on that shit.
Two things. Mo, did you say a white man didn't acknowledge how his actions could hurt a group of people?
Of course.
Okay. And number two, as a lifelong Redskin fan, the only reason Native Americans had a problem with that shit is because we lost.
Yeah.
If we had won, they wouldn't have cared. But when you are a Native American people and you've lost your land and your way of life, the last thing you want to do is be associated with a team that can't win on Sunday. That's the last thing you want.
Yo, honestly, they had the hardest uniforms in the league. Real talk. I hated I didn't really hate the Skins. I'm a Giants.
You really think Washington had the hardest uniforms in the league?
Yo, the throwbacks. Yo, the throwbacks. That shit was hard, son. Yo, there's a black man on the side of their helmet.
No, the hardest to me, the hardest uniform in the league is always the Steelers. When them jokers go straight black, ain't nothing harder than that. The Steelers is hard.
What I was saying is Donald Sterling and Dan Snyder, they lost their team, but they're being punished with a bag,
a payout. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? These teams are worth so much more now than they were when they purchased them. Like they're cashing them out,
right?
So are they, other than the fact that maybe it's not I just wanted to be in the boys club.
Are we really sitting up here acting like it's news that white men get rewarded for despicable behavior? Are we really acting like that's a revelation? For real right now. Are we really acting like that's a revelation that in America, white men on average get rewarded for despicable behavior?
I mean,
don't everybody get quiet.
All that sounds about white. You know, that's how it be.
all white.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that the whole. I mean, they bought a
Come on,
team.
Mo.
They
Put a
sold a
nice little
team.
spiritual bow on it. Come on.
No,
Nice.
I'm just saying. Hey, they value the team. He was trying to make more than what the Broncos sold for. You know what I mean? They sold for $4 billion. He like, we at least worth $6 billion because we're in a better market. We're a bigger market. So we're going for $6 billion.
Mo, let me ask you a question. As somebody who's familiar with sports and stuff, of course we know New York and LA are the top two. What place is DC as a market?
DC's top 10.
Behind New York, LA.
You go to whole California market, all the California, then you got Vegas, then you got Chicago, you got New York, you got Atlanta, you got
Philly.
You got Philly. Then you would
Philly's
probably say
a bigger market than DC.
I would probably say DC is in there.
Then all four sports.
Probably Miami. Miami, Dallas.
Y'all just go out like Tampa and got 3 fucking sports teams within like a 10-mile vicinity of each other. We got 3 sports teams, a football league and a fucking soccer team.
I would think Tampa would be over Miami as far as it goes with sports, wouldn't they, Mo?
Well, I'm talking about, if we're talking about sports market as far as football, I think that because if any state that you got that got three or four major sports. So if you got a professional football team, a professional basketball team, baseball, and like look at Vegas now. Only thing Vegas doesn't have is a baseball team. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing Vegas don't have. They got the Raiders, they got the Gladiators, they got a WNBA team, and they got a professional soccer team.
All right, so I found
they just don't have
the list.
They just don't have a baseball team,
and they got the AVN awards. So you're right about that.
But bro,
hey, shit.
but Florida. But when you look at it, Florida got 2 baseball teams.
We have
2
9 professional teams in Florida.
I found the list. I found the list.
It's
right?
for baseball. But you got the Marlins, you got the Rays, you got.
That's it. I think we just have the Marlins and the Rays.
That's it. So as far as it goes with baseball team.
Then they got a hockey team. Vegas got a hockey team too.
We got we got 2 hockey teams.
2 hockey teams and 2 football teams.
We got 3 football
teams. The Jaguars, you got 3 football teams, don't they?
3 football teams. Yeah.
The Bucks, the Jags, and the Dolphins.
Bro, we have 9 professional sports. We have 9 professional sports teams.
And you have
but you can't say an entire state can't be a market though, Jody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The list I'm looking at is ranking them by city. I got the list right here.
What is it? I know New York is number 1.
Yeah, so New York, LA, Chicago, Philly, Dallas, Atlanta, Houston, and DC comes in number 8. Boston at 9, and San Francisco / Oakland / San Jose is coming in at 10.
Whoa! Boston is after DC with sports.
Mm-hmm. As far as markets, you got the Celtics, you got the Red Sox, you got the Patriots,
and the Bruins. Don't forget about the Bruins.
But the Bruins not better than the Capitals, though.
But the Bruins got a richer history than the Capitals.
I was about to say the same thing.
Man.
Cam Neely, all of them that played for the Bruins. The Bruins got a couple of Stanley Cups.
Ray Bork.
Boston is not a comfortable place to live
for black people, but at the end of the day, what place in America
people who don't like snow? Like it's not. Boston is not a nice place
for Negroes. But what place in America is
DC,
Atlanta, Philly.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
Houston, Austin.
Yeah, you go on the right side of town, you be all right.
Wait. Hey, be knowing.
County.
Maybe DC a couple of years ago, but not when you got in the LA Fitness off of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X down in Southeast. It ain't comfortable for us no more.
See, them people don't be in there like that.
When you got tulips in Anacostia Park now, it ain't for us no more.
Them people mind their manners. They know what it is when they come on this side of town.
Yo, so
Well, people are
tonight's
proud
main
to say they
topic,
from Baloo.
we're gonna move on. We got tonight's main topic right here on the Nempathy Show. And the main topic is, are men just complaining? Right? Are men just complaining? Right. So on social media, I see a lot of men and women mentioning that men today seem to just complain a lot, right? So I want to know exactly, what is complaining, and
I'm turning my camera off.
what's the line? What's the line between men expressing their feelings or their emotions, or talking about their experiences that they have that are negative, and what's the difference between that and complaining, right? Especially when they say men don't talk, men don't share, right? Or is this just another attempt to police men speech?
The difference is one got a penis and one got a vagina. Because when women do it, they're venting and expressing
What is
themselves.
this? Kindergarten cop? What is this? Kindergarten cop?
And they're telling their truth. They're telling their story. They're getting their other females to get all riled up with them. They're telling their stories. But when we do it, we're just bitching and complaining because it's our fault anyway. We probably deserve it, right? Because I literally seen, right, like a nigga sit on Facebook one time and talk about how his girlfriend cheated on him, right? And I literally seen a bitch comment, tells him, it's crazy how you niggas do it all the time, but when it happened to you, you want to cry, complain. I'm like, so let me get this straight. You took your personal experience to this man's life. This nigga is publicly hurt that he got cheated on, and all you can think about is nigga that cheated on you and he deserved it. So,
did he cheat on her?
This was some random bitch. I don't know who the female was that said that, but the nigga was complaining about his girlfriend. And it's crazy how when men say something, we're bitches and complaining, but women can say the same shit and get away with it. Now, I personally am not the biggest fan of Joe Budden. I think he's a gossiping little bitch. I really do, right? But right, when he said something about Vivica A. Fox and she said she was gonna clap back, I personally was like, oh, I can't wait to see him. When she said something about his music career and him being a catty little bitch, and Joe came back and said, first of all, shut up, before I buy your whole catalog off of Tubi for $250. I was like, damn. But it's crazy how, right, that women can talk about men 24/7. But the moment a nigga say something back about a bitch, we're all of a sudden all kinds of feminine shit. We're all kinds of sus. We're all kinds of catty. We're all kinds of sassy. It's a very feminine term.
You might be gay.
I literally heard a bitch one time say, so you a grown ass man gonna argue with a female? I was like, so let me get this straight. You rude as shit to this dude in line. You try to skip this nigga in line. This nigga checks you, and you gonna sit here and talk about he's a pussy for arguing with a female? I was like, well, what that make him if he would have just beatboxed your ass? What if he would have hit your ass with a gut to the liver and Tank Davis your ass? Then what? Then what? Is he still a pussy? Like, I don't understand. So, yes, it feels like this is just another attack on men to shut us up because women want men to all of a sudden, men open up and express yourself. But the moment we start telling y'all women there's something wrong with y'all, it's back to shut up. You know what I'm saying?
But hold up. How about pass the ball? I see men are talking about other men right now. Men are saying dudes on complaining. Do they have a point?
I think they are.
Or are they
man.
trying to
I
get
see a
some
lot.
some coochie?
I think men are complaining just as much as women are complaining, man. Like I see some stuff pop up in my timeline, and I'm like, why are these dudes so soft and sensitive? Like why is everybody got something to say? You got guys talking about guys talking about girls talking about guys, black guys talking about black women talking about black guys. Everybody's complaining. Like, who got time for that? Like, y'all grown. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like quit whining and quit just being so soft. But I think both sides are complaining. And I don't think, nobody's really happy out here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something to complain about. If guys complaining that other guys got money, got this, got that, got girls, got blah 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 this, date white women, date black women, blah, blah. Man, who got time for that? I think when you get a certain age, because what I'm noticing, cats my age ain't doing that. Cats my age, cats that's over 45, we ain't bugging. We ain't tripping on none of that stuff. You know what I mean? It's these young millennials that's under 40 and under 35 that's doing all this whining and complaining. To me, that's what I see.
Boy, that whole speech sound like a nigga that's been married for 20 years on him.
I'm sorry. You beat me to the punch, Jody. You beat me to the punch. He got a cheat code. He got a cheat code, y'all. He got a cheat code.
Hey,
Nempathites, do not listen to pass the ball. He got a cheat code, y'all. He got a cheat code. 20 years this man's been off the market. Do not listen to him.
Even if I wasn't on the market, though, even if I was, I still would move different.
You might, but all I'm saying
says the man who got his woman and him and his woman have grown together. Says that. It's always it's easy for him to say that joint because he can look in retrospect now. He can look in retrospect now.
Coming from the man who went out here and found his wife, his best friend, his soulmate, his ride or die, his main cheese.
This nigga done had two. Hey, Jody. This man done had 2 ribs for 20 years, while the rest of us got to protect our joint with a hand. This nigga done had 2 ribs for 20 years, talking about what he would do. Man, stop.
I'm telling you, if I was in that
got
space,
a son that's about to go to college and shit, done raise a decent human being together.
But Mo need to stop it. Mo need to put out it. Whenever Mo put out these wise quotes, because they are wise, he need to have a damn disclaimer. Like, he really needs to have a disclaimer when he put that joint out. Listen, y'all. I don't believe that y'all complaining too much, but disclaimer, I haven't had to complain for 20 years because I done already had my woman. We got a kid together. It's the only kid we got. She came with no children. I came with no children. Like, you need to say stuff like that. We're led by God. You're led by the devil. Like, he need to say stuff like that. Just stop coming out here acting like you just
honestly though.
Every time we start talking, we just need to put that nigga Christmas card up. Just disclaimer.
For real, man. Merry Christmas from the balls. That's exactly what need to be put up.
Hey,
he needs to stop it, man. I love Mo. I love Mo. Me and Mo have been brothers for 20 plus years. But he need to stop it. He need to stop it right now.
Check this out. I honestly, if I was in the game, I still would, one, because I'm almost 50. You know what I mean? Like, in August, I'll be 50. So I think a lot of it has to do with age. In spite of the 20 years being married, just age. Like, you get to a certain point where you just outgrow the complaining stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
cheat code, raised by his daddy. Y'all forgot that too. Raised by his daddy. Cheat code. Mo is a cheat code walking.
Well, this is a time where men are being challenged to be more expressive. Mm-hmm. So where is the line between doing that and complaining?
I want to hear what B No One got to say.
You know what? Saying it more than once.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I think a lot of men are complaining too much, just off the strength that you can tell that the people you are complaining to or complaining about just are not going to change. And I will say this almost every week. Man, let them women die, bro. Like, stop arguing with them. Stop arguing with them. They're not going to change.
It's obvious Vivica ain't. It's obvious Vivica ain't. She's going to be around forever.
You could, and I'm not saying let everything go. If you feel like you need to state your piece, state it. But you just everywhere, these women doing it, and these women doing it. Stop talking to them. There are plenty of women who do what you want to do. But the problem is they see you complain and argue all day, every day. So they look at you and say, I don't want to talk to that nigga because he's going to do the same thing to me. They avoid you. They're great women. They're just quiet and they watch you. Like, oh no, I don't like him. I don't like him no more. Can you imagine having a hard day at work, your boss tripping, everything that went wrong on the job, you come home and this nigga arguing? I don't want to hear it, nigga. Shut it up.
Supposed to be.
Usually, you don't have a boss on OnlyFans. You don't have a boss on OnlyFans. I guess,
nigga.
Look, like I that's what I'm saying though. I agree with everything you're saying. It's like,
of course you would. Of course you would.
We are men of God, okay?
Shut up. One of y'all is. I can verify one. The other one is still in question. One I can verify.
So do you agree with that, Dr. Ball?
I agree. I agree with what he's saying. Like
more than one time is now considered complaining.
I think that more than one time, and I think a lot has to do with yes. And I'm gonna tell you this. The reason why, like, I stopped complaining. Like I used to, I don't complain about what I'm in anyway, like job, whatever. If it's something that I can change, I change it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And my wife was like, you don't ever tell me about stuff that's going on at work. And I'm like, they don't pay me to talk about work on my home time. So one day I was just trying to, just telling about some things that was going on. And I started complaining. You know what that did to her? She looked at me different. She looked at me totally different and was like, I don't like that because you complaining, because the complaining meant that I didn't have no resolution for what I was complaining about. And so now I'm transferring that complaining to her and she don't have no resolution. So it was like, so at that moment I was like, yeah, she not built for me to be complaining to her. And so if I say something more than once, like he's saying, if you say it more than once, now I'm complaining, and women are not built to for us to be complaining to them all the time. You know what I mean? They're not built like that.
This motherfucker raising his hand.
So
what, in the fifth grade?
Why are they asking?
I was raising my hand in praise because I was just like, what?
Why are they asking men to be more expressive when they don't really want?
They don't want men to be.
They don't know what they want. They just be asking.
I have yet to say my piece.
Go ahead and complain, Doug.
That's what I'm gonna do. No. I'm because I've been thinking about this for a minute, and I believe there's a fine line with anything. I believe that the reason why it's coming off as complaining is because for so long, especially in our community, Black men have never had an outlet to express how they feel in relationships. If you look over the past 30 years, there has never been an outlet where a strong heterosexual Black man has been able to ever speak on behalf of other strong heterosexual Black men. Because if there are men out there on television with talk shows, they're always pandering to women. And women have always been able to express their displeasures with us. Some of them valid, some of them not. But it's always been a one-sided argument or one-sided conversation. Like, I can't even say conversation because conversation means two people. So it's been a one-sided versation for like 30, 40 years. And what it's been is it's been a blanket blaming of Black men for everything that's happened in the community. And what you're seeing now is that Black men are finally getting to a place where we're like, nah, y'all can't just keep blaming us, because if we are the issue, then our community should be better than what it is, since y'all have been in charge for 50 years. But unfortunately, it isn't. So maybe it isn't just our fault. Maybe there's a shared blame here. And what's happening is, because Black men have been silenced for so long and our voices have never been heard, it's starting to come off as, damn, where's all this shit coming from? Y'all just bitching and complaining and this, that, and the other. When the truth of the matter is, Black men are just finally getting to a point where we have platforms to actually speak to a lot of the narratives that are out there, which, if we're going to be completely and totally honest, the narratives that have been protruded and put out there about us are not substantial at all. There is actual data that actually debunks a lot of these theories that have been put out there about us. Like, perfect example, I'll use Maurice. What is it? Black men take care of their kids. Why is Maurice as stable as he is mentally and emotionally that a lot of Black men aren't? Because his daddy stepped up to the plate and said, nah, I got my son. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with Boone. Boone, remember Boone? You said on the air a lot, your mom used to talk shit about your dad until you talked to your dad, and what'd you come up with? Both them niggas was crazy. Those are your words.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, a lot of narratives about Black men have been pushed where we have been the focal point of everybody's ire. Like, think about this, y'all. And I don't want to get long-winded, so I'm going to wrap it up. But think about this. What issue in America is not blamed on Black men?
Taxes.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Taxes,
what issue in America is not blamed on Black men?
I got one.
Loose alligators.
But think about it. Crime is blamed on Black men, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Is it not?
It depends on who you talking to.
Physical crime.
Stop it.
Yeah.
They don't blame us for the white collar crime.
Petty theft.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah. When it comes to violence, all violence, drugs, everything. When crack was a crisis. No, there was a war on drugs when it comes to Black people, but opioids is the crisis.
It's a crisis.
Jail, the population of jail, they make it seem like Black men populate the jail when anybody will tell you the biggest prison gang is the Aryan Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Black
and
men
also,
are
they send a
sentenced
ton of Black men home.
Come on, man. We are blamed for everything. The majority of the issues that go on in society, they constantly find a way to blame Black men. And it's even spilled over into our. It's even. You said he don't want to get. Shut up, Jay. Shut up.
Shout out, Jay,
but even then, it's starting to spill over into our community. All right, and I'll finish on this. Name one Black woman you know that has ever said the reason why the father ain't there is because I ran him off. Thank you.
I know somebody.
Thank you.
I know somebody.
Who?
I ain't gonna say her name, but I know somebody.
I
know somebody. She was like, yeah.
But on average, I ask any one of you, on average, is it not always the Black man's fault on why he's not there?
Yo, Kristen Harrison said, could it also be that since men haven't had the outlet, that what sounds like complaining could be difficulty expressing those feelings?
That's a good point.
That's a valid
point. That is a very great point. It really is. So that's all I'm saying, man. But I'm done. All
right. Okay. So I hear this and I hear the two phrases. Go ahead, cut your camera off, Doug.
Nah, don't go nowhere. Nah.
Stop invoking me. Stop it. Use Mo.
Listen, Mo's a respectable man. I gotta use you, Doug.
Oh, so I don't deserve no respect, nigga? y'all don't bring me on this show to make me no case subject.
He's not respectable.
So the shit that
Some
get
bullshit.
me, the shit that get me is I hear these topics, right? And it's always men and women. And I want to know, Boom, are you not being respectable to the other 76 cis, trans, pansexual, LGTV genders that might
I'm
have
muting my mic.
graced this show to complain? Because when you say man, what is a man? Okay, what is your definition of a male? Because there's some transformers out there that identify as men that ain't men. So can transformers start talking about we as men don't feel heard and we're complaining too? Because I'll be damned if you're gonna sit here and throw this stereotype of us men complaining when you out here complaining with a strap on in your goddamn pants because you want to be one of us. Now you fucking up the stereotype for the rest of us, okay? I will not take that shit from a bitch who had her titties cut off. You will not sit here with your estrogen-filled, flat chest, dildo having ass talking shit about issues that we.
All right, I'm signing.
No. No, I won't stand for it.
I don't know where the hell that came from. This nigga's amazing. He will find a way to take a conversation that is completely constructive and destroy it. And then we'll always sit up here and say, I'm doing this for Doug. No, you not.
So would you be mad if a stud was sitting there like, hell yeah, bro, they always talk about us niggas complaining. Bitch, what?
Hold on. That'd be Stud's fault, because Studs choose the worst version of a man to be. Studs don't be trying to uplift no niggas. Studs don't be.
I think women do that.
Upstanding man.
Women do that in general. They don't want to mimic the positive traits that we have. They want to mimic the bad things that we do.
Act like Martin Luther King. Not a single one. Everybody want to be a
stud
rapper
that act like Martin Luther King, Luther King,
and not a single one, man.
Yeah, all I'm saying is right. Like they sit here, but they talk about all men do is complain. Are men complaining too much? And it's just like, don't forget the studs that you validated for this bullshit with these estrogen-filled wannabe niggas that literally put strap on in their pants and walk around with their strap print showing. Like, don't forget them. They not a part of this conversation. That's not us. Don't.
Okay, let me ask a question. Honest, because I know Mo, and Mo is legitimately not a complainer. So I'm actually surprised that he actually broke down and actually said something to his wife. I actually am. But let's take out the fact that you're married, Maurice. Let's extrapolate this, because I think too many times we use anecdotal experiences to relate to the masses.
Okay.
Can we agree that Black women have always had a voice to express their displeasure with us, whether valid or invalid? Can we not agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So if that's the case, why is it so frowned upon that Black men who now have a platform, and they're not the Pookies and Ray Rays that they've been affiliated with, why is it so frowned upon that they're now getting an opportunity after 50 years? Like, we got to think about this from a cultural standpoint. Black men have only had a platform using social media for what, maybe 2, 3, 4 years tops. We're talking about Black women have been spreading these narratives about us for 50 years. 50 years, your daddy ain't never been there because he's either done drugs, been on drugs, gone to jail, whatever. Your daddy just chose not to be there. For 50 years, we've been hearing that Black men don't want to be in certain positions. For 50 years, we've heard this stuff. Why is it a problem over the past 4 years that black men are finally saying, hold up, stop, wait a minute. There's another side to this story. Why is that an issue?
I think, you know what? To that point, Doug, I think part of the problem is it took 50 years for men to step up and say, hey, y'all wrong. We gave them,
okay.
Their mama was telling them to shut up.
Yeah, we gave them too far of a lead on this issue, and now they feel like anytime we say, now it feel like you're not supposed to talk at all. You know what I'm saying? That's not, and they feel like
I can accept that. Now I can accept that, be knowing. I just can't accept the fact that men should be looked at less than because we finally had it up to here. I can accept the fact that we pandered and placated too long and they got too far of a head start. Now I can accept that.
And that's why I just be like, leave them alone, because it don't, you know what I'm saying? Like they just some of them just want to be like that. Like going against that narrative completely, like they built their life upon that. So to say, oh, I was wrong, like what they believe, it's like convincing somebody that their religion isn't real anymore.
Or trying to convince somebody that LeBron James is the GOAT when he's not.
You don't have to convince me of anything. The stats and the
oh, shut up!
You know, I think again, like I think a lot of this come with age. I'm in a couple of different podcasts and.
Hold on, Mo. The Satan is trying to block the message.
Yeah. The devil working. He working on your audio.
Your mic breaking up.
He working.
Really?
Jesus will work it out, that problem that I had.
So again, I think a lot of that come with age, though. You know what I mean? Like some stuff. Again, married or single or married. Some of the stuff I just wouldn't even care about if I was single. Like I didn't care about it when I was single. You know what I mean? Like I don't have the time or the energy to be, to if a man gonna complain, okay, fine. Okay, what are you doing about it? Because ultimately complaining means that you have no solution to what you're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. So if you're complaining, then what's the resolution? Because if I'm in in any space and I hear a bunch of complaining about anything, I'm always saying, so what's the solution? Like how we go? It don't matter where I've been, how I've been, whatever. It's how do we get to a solution? Because who wants to be around a complaining person all the time? Like, damn, ain't nothing good.
But see, Mo,
all the time. Like,
so what do you tell?
Mo, hold on, Boone, because I want to speak to that point because I think he brings up a very salient point. But I would like to speak directly to that.
No, Doug been dropping words today.
I think that's Maurice. I think that's an oversimplification, and the reason why I say that's okay.
I mean, you don't see. Hold on, don't try to pull me into your reality.
No, wait, no. See, I'm not trying to pull you my thought process.
So hear me. You have your space, right? My space is different. I don't function in the space where it's a whole bunch of complaints. I just don't rock like that, regardless of anything. Like if it's something that I could physically change, period. Be it you won't hear me complain about my job. You won't hear me complain about my marriage. You won't hear me complain anything that I am able to actually physically change myself. Then I'm not going to complain about it, because if I don't change it, then I'm staying because of for whatever reason. So I'm just saying, for me, I don't get down with the complaining about any of it, because it's something that I have the capability of making a different choice in whatever it is that I'm complaining about. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't, that's just my reality. And either you can rock with it or you don't rock with it. But I'm not going to be one that at 50, who wants a grown ass 50-year-old man complaining about some, you know what I'm saying? Like, who cares about that? Like, I'm not, who cares about that? I'm 50. I ain't got time, like, there comes a certain point in this thing with age that some of this stuff just shouldn't even matter to you at all. And you just gotta let it go. So that's why I don't really get in. I hear that stuff. I'm like, yo, you know what? I ain't got time I just don't. I'm not built to take on a bunch of complaining. I'm not built like that.
And that's the reason why I said, Mo, I believe it's an oversimplification, not because you're wrong. I believe it's an oversimplification because you come from a different reality because of how you were reared. A lot of the men, if you notice, if you hear a lot of the men who will use the word complaining. If you hear a lot of the men who are speaking their piece, a lot of them come from single mother homes where they were, like Boone said, told to shut up, and they were always constantly fed stuff about their father. And what that psychologically does to that man is make him feel like he's less than, because you're talking about the direct representation of him. Unfortunately, Mo, you come from the 20% of us that were raised by their dads. So what happens is, as a result of you being raised by your father, you see a totally different way of seeing it, and your mindset is different, which will matriculate down to your son Isaiah, which in turn will matriculate down to your grandchildren, because you're not going to allow him to be in a position where he's out of order. Because I know you personally, order is your thing. It doesn't matter what for all full disclaimer, do not act like Mo. I'm gonna tell people who are watching this. I know that man personally. He ain't whistling Dixie or blowing smoke. This is who he is. He is an individual that even if it hurts, if it's order, he will go through the pain of the hurt to make sure the order is placed. So I can vouch for him. He ain't some crackpot preacher who says one thing and acts a totally different way. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. He is authentic. But for the majority of us who did not have the luxury to grow up with our fathers, our mindsets have been crafted by the very women who are out here complaining about us. And what it does is it builds up a narrative inside of this person who, unfortunately, they do find themselves 40 plus years old realizing that this shit ain't right. Because what happens is you end up not realizing the faultiness of what your mama and your aunts and all of those women have poured into you until you have a woman of your own. And then she treats you with that same type of vitriol. And it ends up costing you something, whether it's a relationship with your child, in some men's cases, money, freedom, whatever. So I think when I say oversimplification, I don't want to come off as disrespectful to your anecdotal experiences. When I say oversimplification, you have to understand that there are a bevy of Black men in our community who have been polluted with a certain thought process about men and about who they come from and who they'll ultimately become as a result of it. And what happens is, it's now getting to a point where it's like, hold on. You start to wake up and realize, like, yo, this shit is not what y'all say it is. It's not. And I'm being treated in a manner in which I'm not, because of a narrative that's unsubstantiated. So that's the reason why I believe it's messed up to say that men are complaining, Black men in particular are complaining, when we're finally getting an opportunity to speak our piece about what has plagued us, this narrative that has plagued us. And
okay, so in what
go ahead.
You're saying, right? In what you're saying, at what point that after you express
now that is the question. Yeah. Now I know what your question is. At what point do you reach a breaking point to decide to change it?
Go ahead.
I got something, right? So let's also take into accountability that the people that are telling us that we are complaining, because to the wrong immature person, you just simply expressing yourself one time can sound like complaining to the wrong motherfucker. So we need to also understand who we talking about. Is all Black men do is complain. Is he complaining, or is he just expressing yourself and you're just not at a mental place to hear it? Because our good brother Kevin Samuels once said, right, I'm not finna take too much lift off of you fat sassy bras coming on my show. Because
what?
Hey
yo, no.
Jody, man. Jody, sometimes you gotta put the gun up. Sometimes you gotta stop shooting.
Because the thing is, right, he'll rope you in the beginning, yo. He's like, yeah, that's a good point.
Jody, sometimes it's okay to stop shooting.
Hear me out, right? Hear me out. It's like, look at Kevin Samuels' platform. He got on his platform, right? And he used to tell women what it was and what it wasn't. And a bitch really got on there and was like, every time you come up here, all it sounds that you complaining. But I'm like, yeah, this nigga does a 2-hour show and gets 30 fucking phone calls. It's just like, how are you telling him he's complaining, but you steady calling the goddamn show? It's like, how you complaining, but you steady calling me about it? It's like, you call him. You get the shit that he says, but it's like, you're telling him he's complaining. It's just like, when we don't open up, it's a problem. When we complain, we're unmanly. And but you have to understand, a lot of women are like, the reason why a lot of men don't say shit, right? It's like this. If you knew stepping in this one spot would hurt your foot, you wouldn't step in that spot no more, right? So every man in this room has been called a baby back bitch or something to that nature about complaining at one point in his life. And hopefully at a very early age, you stop. You were done.
You're like, all right, I'd never say nothing again for the rest of my life.
I will never say nothing again.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you for bringing it back home, Jody. Thank you.
Then being like called something unmanly because you're expressing yourself. So a lot of women like, men don't express themselves. Have you ever had a woman scuff at you and look at you different? Like the moment I show any sign of weakness, definitely complaining, yo, shorty start looking at you different. They start treating you different. They start acting different. My homeboy say one time he started complaining, and one time his wife started hanging up pictures by herself, and I was like, I'd be damn. So you gonna let her fat ass? Let me.
Let's go back to the Kevin Samuels thing, because we talked about this last week, Mo, when you weren't there. This is the one big thing that I think a lot of people, especially women, black women, are missing when it comes to their ridicule of Kevin Samuels. His show was never about them. His show started off as an image consultant about black men. I think this is that's the thing that we're missing. And that's the reason why narratives are so important, because in the midst of all of the reviling and the ridicule that he got, that got lost in translation, where it was like, yo, his show was never about talking down about black women. It was about, because his earliest shows, when I tell you he was going in on black men, it was bad. Like, I felt sorry for some of them. Like, damn. He called one dude. He said, he literally ran down. He said, so do you have a job? No. Where do you live? In your mama's basement. How big are you? I'm 5'8" and I'm 300 pounds. He said, do you got a big dick? He was like, what do you mean? He said, you know if you got a big dick. He's like, no. He said, so pretty much you're a short, unemployed, fat, small dick motherfucker. And that is a direct quote. And nobody said nothing. But to Jody's point, but hold on, but to Jody's,
how is that different?
How's that different?
I was gonna say that's different because men be knowing they wrong. It's like true.
These females be knowing they wrong.
Women don't get the same response. They got to have some comeback. A lot of them can't just be
but you got to understand though, be knowing. You got to understand, and I think this needs to be said. And our women live in a perpetual state of hypocritical contradiction. And every last one of us has proven that on this show tonight. They want us to open up. Then we do, and they look at us different. But then if we close ourselves off, then it's like, I can't reach him.
I think, okay. But I think
that is a right. Then it's like, and then it's and I'm not even done. Then it's like, I want a man to lead me, but you bet not tell me what to do. Then I want a man to protect me, but you damn sure ain't got no control over me. And it's like, you don't make sense. So how am I supposed, you want me to be a man, even though we both come from the same broken household, and I don't know what a man is, and nor do you know what it's like to submit to one, but you want me to be a man. But then when I am being a man, a positive one at that, you have an issue with the way I reflect manhood. It's a hypocritical contradiction that it needs to be addressed, where both sides are really and truly sitting down and talking to one another and not at one another. And I think that's where we're at a point now where people are talking at each other and no communication is taking place.
But also,
you gotta let them hoes die, man. You know what I'm telling you. Y'all think I'm making it up? Because they
hard to shake off.
Mo is about, I'm gonna tell you right now,
fuels them.
Mo is about to go in his bedroom and hug his wife tight. He's like, thank you, baby.
Them looks crazy.
Yo, man, when I see all this stuff on social media, I'm glad I ain't in the streets, yo.
Listen, because the moment, right? The moment, it's like I be agreeing with Doug, because Doug brings this shit around. Because Doug be like, I want you to lead me, but don't tell me what to do. I want you to protect me, but you can't have no control over me. Because this shit be tripping me out. Because all I'm saying is, when I tell you dumb motherfuckers, right, stop idolizing because it ain't
always finds the way to do
it. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. You be idolizing Lizzo. I'm trying to protect you from the fucking moon pies. You steady eating them motherfuckers. How you want me to lead you to a healthy life? And you steady
Lizzo got a nigga though.
Like
nigga.
This shit be blowing me.
Look at Mo, man. Look at Mo. Mo trying. Mo praying for Jody right now. Yeah. He is laboring in the spirit right now.
What's there to pray for? Tell me I'm wrong. Because
it's
women
not
don't
that you listen. All right, let me ask you a question. Mo. Which is better? Hey, y'all come to Jesus so you can have eternal life. Or y'all niggas better leave the devil alone before God come down with fire and brimstone and kill y'all ass. Which is better?
Even who you talking to.
Lauren Hill once said, sometimes you gotta throw a motherfucker in there to make him listen.
Right. You do. Hey, for real. So either one works depending on who you talking to, and depending on the relationship. You know,
but in all seriousness, that's why I be like, look, ignore them, let them die. The argument fuels a lot of people like that.
So may I ask you a question?
And the argument implies like there is a right and a wrong. Whereas as a man, you should be like, nah, as a man, you should be like, man, look, I'm focused on purpose. What I've been created to do. Are you here to add to that? I don't care. I don't care. You can be as mad as you want. You can hate whatever. You can say whatever you want about black men. I am a wonderful black man. And there's some people who do not like me strictly because I'm a black man. I'm not about to argue with you. I know I'm popping.
But Brian,
I know I'm him. I'm not about to argue. I think that you're dumb when you say that I'm not him.
Who starts saying that?
Can I ask you a question? Be no one know. Can you? All right. I agree in principle with what you're saying about letting them die. But let's go back to the 50-year thing. All right. Would you not say that is the same attitude that men have had that has perpetuated this instead of stopping it in its tracks? Because if you say let them die, like I remember, maybe Mo won't remember this, but Mo and I used to go to the same church, and we had the same shepherd. And I remember he said one thing that has always stuck with me, that the same pastor, nigga. Same pastor, nigga. I'm trying to sit up here and be spiritual on Sunday. No, it's 12 o'clock, so it's Monday. All right, same pastor. All right, listen. But he said something that was so profound, and I don't know if Mo remembers this or not. He said, our inaction is what allows things to fester. Because what started as a serpent in Genesis turned into a dragon in Revelations. And what I'm seeing now is a full-fledged dragon in our community that is ripping us apart. Because you have to understand that narrative is being pushed to other women. And there's a reason why our women are only getting married. 1 out of every 4 are getting married. And out of that 25%, 80% are filing for divorce. Because there is a narrative that's being believed and perpetuated, because I believe a lot of men are just like, you know what, fuck it. We'll move on to the next, and we'll move on to the next one, or we'll find one. And what happens is you find one who's still talking the way the last one spoke. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that means enough of them ain't dead yet. You trying to save them. You trying to say no. The great philosopher once said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. She don't want to be saved. And that's fine. Go, what I say, move the dresser by yourself then, since you're so strong. Go ahead. Pick it up by yourself, man.
Brian say let him die.
Let him die, bro.
You don't say nothing bad
Think about this.
that.
Okay, so you know,
I call
in the
him
action
a few
movies,
names,
right?
I call him a few names and I'm a bad guy. Whatever.
Right.
But you know, like in the action movie, right?
No, hold on, because I'm gonna come to be no one's defense. He said let them die. He didn't say let them bitches die. There's a difference.
Well, hold on. Be knowing. Are you talking about the people that identify as they them?
Oh,
God. Oh man,
now you insulting them people.
Here you go.
Here you go.
I'm talking about anybody who's anti-man, gay, straight, non-binary, black, white, whatever. If you got an issue with all black men, I am talking about you. Pass away.
Pass. Hey, you gotta do the hand. Pass away.
Pass away. But like you know how like in action movies, right? You got like the good guys, like they run it, they hiding off in the alley or down in the sewer, and like eventually you get to a point with somebody on the good guy side, like I decided to play for the other team, and they just snitched and told the bad guys the location, right? That person always dies in the movie. That's what a lot of these women are acting like. The
so
traitor.
Let me ask you a question.
Either way, you're gonna die. You can't with us.
Let me ask you 3 single men a question. Mo, you're excluded. What if the solution was dating outside the race? Would you?
Hell yeah. Why not?
I know Joey fucking
that ain't the solution to my.
But
here's
the thing though. Here's the thing though, right? Here's the thing though.
That ain't the solution.
Even though I would date outside the race, I still wouldn't have a negative outlook on black women, because I understand there are great black women out there. It's just the ones that I've been running to ain't shit. But it sucks. And honestly, if I do end up in a situation where I date outside of my race, it will never be because I had a grudge against black women. It's just that one woman, right? I ran into that one good woman, that one good non-black woman before I ran into a good black woman.
I like her. Like it ain't got
nothing. Okay. I get down with that, Jody.
That's a solid.
That's solid answer. That was rock solid, bro. That was.
If you see me with a white woman, it ain't because I hate black women. I just happen to run into this particular one before I ran into the right black woman. That's all that is. Now. That is all that is.
You know what, Jody? I've been doing this shit with you for a while. That was the most non-offensive answer you've ever given. We need to end. We need to end on that note. Let's just end. Mo, say the benediction. Let's end. Because he's gonna find a way to fuck it up. Let's end.
Pastor Mo, tell us where they can find you.
I'm gonna leave this one. Because that's true shit. I hate when people be like, oh, you with this race of woman, you don't like black women, and it's just like, how you know he just ain't met this one great
Keep going. Mute Mo, pray, and let us go.
Hey,
Mo.
See Maurice Ball on all platforms. Relevant Church So in the Apple and Google Play Store. We have an app.
Yes. Oh no, that's what's up.
What's up?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Y'all can download the app.
Say it again.
Y'all more than welcome to jump in on Sunday too. You know.
I be liking and subscribing.
You sent us the link.
I did.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
like, yeah, I seen the views and you went in there, nigga. That's what
it depends on what time I roll my ass over. I click the shit real quick. Watch Mo get
Hey,
up.
I see you was at a concert last night. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, bedside Baptist backslider. That's exactly what he is.
That's why I'm online. Because you can go to the club.
Oh, bedside Baptist backslider.
And just roll over and just
Yeah. Hey,
phone.
when I see Mo drop that link in the group chat, most of the time I just hit that motherfucker. And people be like,
But
"Damn,
Mo,
you listening to church?" I'm listening to Mo.
No, it's so in relevant church so in.
Mo, you got to be careful about having bedside members. You got to make it a prerequisite to pray with your eyes open, because Jody will fall asleep.
Yeah, hey,
it's this right
people
here.
Be like, you listening to church? No, I'm listening to Mo. I'm listening to Mo.
So this is what you see. This is the logo right here.
There is a difference.
Logo. Listening to Mo.
There is a difference. Trust me.
It's a Relevant Church, Indiana.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
Relevant
Church, Indiana. Yeah.
That's fine. All right, bad.
All right, Brian be knowing.
Follow me at Brian be knowing all social media platforms, man.
Jody.
Yeah, I know what it is. Follow me right at there, Jody Hendricks 21. And if you see me with a white woman, I try it with you black bitches.
There you go. I told you to end this shit 5 minutes ago.
He said, I'm gonna get it in, bro.
Oh.
that's Jody's sentiments.
I'm gonna get it in.
You know what I mean?
Don't you worry about it,
I got my lady.
Man, I don't even want y'all to follow me, bro, because y'all may affiliate me with Jody. I'm good. Yeah. I'm good, man. This nigga.
It's too late. One of my homegirls hit me up and was like, I seen your boy live and I ain't see you on there. And I was
like, hey, man, follow me at @DougBennett_01, man.
At Sonic Boom TV, follow us at Nempathy Show. Same time here next week, 10 p.m. NempathyShow.com. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.